And she says, don't talk to her, I'm trying to back up the car. As soon as she backs up the car, the tree slams in front of the car. As soon as she backs up maybe 3 feet. I installed guy wires on the antenna temporary for the storm, for the nor'easter that's coming. I'm a little worried. It's only a 10-foot mast, but the antenna weighs 8 pounds. So the mast only weighs like 2.5, so it's extremely top heavy. I never had any problem before, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Been working kind of hard this morning. It's early. 8:15 on a Monday. I just installed guy wires for my antennas. We're getting a nor'easter here in New York, so I'm a little worried. We're like batting down the hatches, as they say. My GMRS antenna is live again. I mean, my GMRS repeater is live again for this instance, for weather alerts and stuff like that, and just it's a little nerve-wracking because I want to make sure that everything is safe. We use this for emergency communications. I have pretty good range on it. I'm just worried about it, you know. It's the 10-foot mast weighs only like 2.5 pounds. It's aluminum. It's aluminum mast. But the antenna weighs 8 pounds, so it's extremely top heavy. So it's like really important that I secure it down. But this is only temporary because I'm worried about it. But it seems to be holding pretty good. And you're gonna laugh. I'm using category 5 cable for the guy wires. It's the only thing I had. And it should last. You can see it bounce around up there. See, you can see it bouncing. It's working. Guy wires are working, so I just want it to be some sort of a little more secure than what it was without guy wires. All my garbage is flying. The gusts are somewhere in the neighborhood of like 30 to 40 miles an hour now. I'm doing some spring cleaning on the backyard and stuff, and like everybody else, we have all like tons of garbage and stuff like that. Well, let's see, you can take a look from this angle here. So it's working out. Alrighty, I'm going to be publishing this today. Holy crap, I'm leaving that down. Stuff is flying. Yeah, hon? This? Where am I bringing it to? There's no, I told you, there's no room in the garage. So I'm in my backyard now, and I'm just cleaning up the backyard. I screwed down that umbrella. I really can't, I can't remove it, and I have a busted fence over there that I can't repair. I may have to try to do it. I mean, I just don't have. I don't have any funds to pay for that. And I gotta go to Harbor Freight and get, I gotta go early this morning. I need a new tarp for my, I bought a shed at Costco. It lasted really long, but the roof started leaking on the inside. So I have tarps on it now to protect it, but you can see the tarp is pretty much shredded. And it's definitely not going to survive today. Guarantees. Survive today. It's going to be ripped to shit. That's for sure. So I got to put some new ones over that, and or remove that one, put new ones on. So I'm going to Harbor Freight now. It's 8:30 in the 8:20 in the morning, and I guess this is what they call working at last minute. I should have done this all yesterday, but I didn't realize how bad the tarp was on the top of the shed. It's really in bad shape. Alright, I'm actually off to Harbor Freight. Weather here is gonna be nuts. I'm a little worried about my shed. We're supposed to get up to 70 miles an hour. Holy crap, holy. That's just nuts. So at least the antenna is safe. That was a little worried. That got me very worried, actually. So we we probably will see some down trees over here. There's some of these trees on Long Island are they're tremendous. I mean, I'm sure there's trees everywhere else that's tremendous as well, but these things are, he's like 100, 150 years old. Some of these bad boys. They're like the diameter, you can't even wrap your arms around them. And that's around somebody's house. I can't have trees around my house. I don't have a single one because I was almost killed as a young child by a tree. So I am like extremely scared of them, having them anywhere on my property because of that. I'll never forget it. My mom's in a 1962 Chevy Impala, light blue 2-door, column shift. Never forget. Got these stupid garbage pails floating around. So anyway, so she's got a column shift, and I'm yelling to my mom. I remember she's taking me to school. Never forget this, as long as I live.
Warning, this is the RISM repeater.
That's my repeater.
9:26 a.m.
That's my repeater for Prism, Long Island. Anyway, so I never forget this as long as I live. I'm yelling from the back seat, go, "Mommy, Mommy." And then she's yelling at me, "No, don't stop talking to me. I'm trying to back up the car." I go, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." I constantly telling her, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." And she says, "Don't talk to me. I'm trying to back up the car." As soon as she backs up the car, the tree slams in front of the car. As soon as she backs up maybe 3 feet. I mean, I'm talking like, I'm going, "Mommy, Mommy." And what happened was we had a twister. I used to live in Wantaw. I don't remember what year it happened. I think 72 or 74, 1972, 1974. Never forget it. And as soon as my mom backed out a little bit, this monster tree comes crashing down right in front of the tree. It was just unbelievable. I never forget it. And it didn't hit the car at all. Not a single scratch. One branch, I think, hit the mailbox and dented the mailbox. But it didn't hit anything on the house, nothing. The way it landed. But that thing was so freaking old. Oh my God, that thing. And then it hit, I think, the Wantaw Citizen at the time. And it was plastered all. If I could find the article, I'll show it to you, because my mom made a, before she passed away in 2013, she made a, like a memory book. All the things I've accomplished since my childhood all the way up until whenever I left the house. And it was pretty cool. So I think the tree falling is in that book. I do recall that she did do that, because I remember it heavily. So anywho, that's the reason why I don't like trees. So now every goddamn tree is removed from my property. I had a close call about 5 years ago, maybe longer. And my son's room is on the corner of the house in the backyard. I have a high ranch, and we had a tree. We used to have trees on the property, but they were small, nothing major. You know, nothing too monstrous. We had a couple of cherry trees on the property. We have an apple tree. We had a couple of trees, and I think it got struck by lightning, and the branch fell and just nicked the corner of the house, and my son's bedroom was right there. They go, "That's it." Every freaking tree is gone. And that was it. I hired a crew to come in. That's when I had a full-time job, had a tree company come in, and just everyone was gone. Apple tree was gone, even though it was on the other side of the house. It was short. It was maybe, I don't know, 15 feet tall, but it was a crab apple tree. It was just a mess. There was a ton of shit everywhere. It was just, and the rotten apples was disgusting. I'm happy that's gone. So I just got rid of every goddamn tree on my property. I said, that's it. Enough of that. I don't want any more of that. And that was it. So now I don't have a single tree on my property. But it stinks because I'm a ham operator. I need to run some, you know, a dipole antenna to get some, you know, antennas on the property, but I don't have any trees, so I'm kind of stuck a rock in a hard place. I need some sort of maybe a vertical or something like that, but excuse me. So I was, as you saw, I was just outside putting guy wires up on my antenna because I'm a little nervous, so hopefully that'll last. But anyway, enough of that crap. We're moving right along, but I'm actually almost destinated to Harbor Freight. I'm hoping to get some tarps because I got to cover that shed. I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you. I've never, you know, 70 miles an hour is you know, gusts, you know, like sustained winds, like 20, 30 miles an hour is not a big deal. It's like little, you know, or constant, you know, that's not such, we've encountered that before, but not to this magnitude of sustained winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour, maybe 60 miles an hour sustained, and then gusts up to 70 miles an hour or 75 miles an hour. Now that's hurricane winds right there. You know, that's or tropical storm winds. It's just a little too close for comfort right there. I'm a little nervous because I don't want to lose any of my antennas. So my ham antenna is because, like, again, I told you, like, the GMRS antenna we use for emergency radio communications, and I need that up. And God forbid we lose our cell service or whatever, the radio will never die. It'll always work, especially if the antenna's up. I mean, if it's not up, then obviously it's going to have some problems. But I am destinated here at Harbor Freight. In Center Reach. And we'll be back. All right, we're off. Got heavy-duty tarp, the 9mm thickness. 10 bucks a piece, 8 by 11. Got 2 of them just in case I need it for something else. But they didn't really last that long. They dry rot very quickly. So, anywho. I gotta run to Walmart now. Trying to, I had to get eye solution for my wife. And, what is it? The contact solution, rather? Eye solution. I could talk. And, shampoo cleaner for the rugs. Rug shampoo cleaner. I gotta clean that. Walmart. Picking up this